Hey, I'm Lynx and I'm in a Mod 3 Initiator main, and today I'm going to show you some of my Fade lineups and tips for Ascent. I'm going to take you through how to play Fade on Ascent, all of the lineups I have, and basically situational things you could do as Fade, or just ways to set up your teammates and help them execute and just play your role like really well and get value out of your util as well. So I'm going to start off on the attack and I'm going to go to A to mid to B, then I'm going to go on to defense and do the same as well. So starting off with A main, the first and very first thing you'll ever want to do is literally just Prowler. And when I Prowler, a big tip is I like to look at my map. So top left you'll see I'm always looking at my map when I'm turning my Prowler, just to make sure I'm clearing every angle with it. So that's like a really important tip. And if you do want my minimap settings, here they are. I have rotate on rotate, keep players centered on, minimap size 1.1, minimap zoom 0.9, minimap zoom cones on, and show map region names on always, but that's just for the big map here. And the importance of playing with a big map is you literally get to see everything. So if you look top left on my screen, I can literally see the whole map, whereas the default map, you don't get to see the whole map. So I have so much more info like mid-round or at the start of the round, and I can see where like basically all the util and the enemies are just based off my map by looking at it. And that's how important looking at the map is mid-round, or just like while using util is, because you can see everything, you can see every corner you're going past and everything. So just a really good tip. Another tip I'd like to show you just before I get into the rest of it is the Fade Eye. What a lot of people don't know is that you can cancel the Fade Eye early. So this is me chucking it normally. And this is me cutting it off early by clicking the Fade Eye button again. So whatever like keybind you have it on to pull out the eye. So for me it's E. If I click E again, it's just going to hit back down on the floor. And you know where it's going to land judging off this green arrow underneath it. So like there you just saw the green arrow, or like here you'll see the green arrow, and it just shows where it lands. Anyways, getting back into A main, when executing A main once I'm here, I like to come like up to kind of this side here, not too far back, otherwise the lineup won't hit. If you aim at the corner of this second window and just do a jump through like so, it lands really nicely up here, and this one just pings for literally everything on site. Everything front side, everything down here, even behind dice. You just have to care like hell, and obviously behind gen here, and even a bit of heaven up here, or like right side heaven. Some jets play here as well, so just a really ratty angle to be careful of. If I do get any pings, or if I just want to invest my final Prowler, I'll just clear front sight with it. You also have like a Seize which you can use for dice if you know anyone's there. You can combo it with util, like if you have like a Raise on your team, you can chuck Raise Nade with it. If you have Breach, you can like Breach Aftershock. Even Kero Molly, Kero is quite common on Ascent, so you could combo Kero Molly with it. But also the K seizes anyone, so if my jet's out here and he's went in with my util and I seize this guy, that guy there is going to be a lot more lower because he's decayed, and it's an easier fight for my jet to win, as he could literally just body shot the guy and kill him. Now another lineup you can do for A is if you come up to this bike and into the corner of it, and you look all the way up at this like smallish line in the sky, and you just do like a left click throw. This is going to land all the way up here, and this eye not only scans for like front, like here, even like back here and a bit of dice, like it scans for the whole of tree as well, and it may not look like it because all these leaves are in the way, but eyes do scan through these leaves. So this eye is really good for A splits, and a lot of the times you'll see even on Sovers, like they'll jump up on this box and like ping the dart down here, and this is to help the A split. So while your team's scaling up here, and if you chuck this eye here, they'll have all the info here, and it will make it like really easy for them to entry through. But also, that being said, if I want to join in on the A split and I want to come from mid, I have like really nice Prowlers through here to help clear it as well. Then I can just use my eye later on, like something like this, and just make it land on top of the box, and that will clear like obviously close, anything down here. Then if I'm in tree, I can literally Prowler for anything anyway. I can Prowler for gen, or like even back dice. And that's like a really nice Prowler that clears like all the spots that kind of like question marks when you're coming out anyway. And also another simple eye you can do from A main is just throwing it back on this roof. So if anyone's pre-aiming this eye here, you can always chuck it a little further, and once again just hits for the exact same things, but a little deeper back here as well, which is really nice. And obviously it clears all the front side. You just have to care behind this box here if you're chucking this eye. Then moving on to the post point on A, what I like to do is sometimes if I'm playing by hell, I'll come to this part in hell and I'll just squeeze up against the wall here. If I bring my crosshair to this metal bit here, then I just bring my crosshair into the sky here. I just do a simple left click throw. This eye lands all the way up here. It's a really nice scan for anything heaven. And what you can do after this eye goes off, you can tuck back in hell and just spam anyone off this eye. And it gives really, really good information on anyone who's wide, anyone who's close, or even back here. And a lot of people don't know this, but for that spam back there, what you can do is come all the way up to this corner and just spam through here. Or even if your teammate or you are on jump up, you can spam through this wall as well. Like this whole wall here is fully wall bangable. But if you're jumping up, just be careful because obviously there's a bunch of places people could be. But if you get the scan and know there's only one person back here, then feel free to jump up and spam. Moving on to mid, I only have one eye for mid, and what you're going to see is this like stair bit here, which is kind of lit up by the blue. You're going to want to like align it with this line here, if that makes any sense. And I'm going to want to see where these two like roofs meet as well. So we're going to align this line here, and these two roofs are going to meet like so. And I'm going to aim in the middle of them and do a jump throw. And this eye lands directly for mid, so it scans anything mid-bottom or like down here, and even like quite far back in cubby as well. Obviously not the corner, but it hits like on top of here as well, or like quite far into this corner. So it's a really good eye for mid. And generally what you'll see a lot when people play Sovit is they do this default dart bottom mid to get info down here. And this eye just does the exact same thing. Then off this you can like scale up, you can prowler from bottom mid like so, like up here. You can even go into short and obviously like prowler from here and do an A split if you want, like I've showed you before. So just a really nice eye mid to get info and help you scale with it as well. Then moving on to B, the first eye I have is if you come up to like this line here on the wall, and you're gonna see like where this tree is in between these like stone walls here. I'm just going to aim my crosshair between the stone walls and put it as close to the tree as possible, and I'm going to do a jump throw. And this eye just lands on lane, and it pings anything like kind of stairs, but mainly site and lane, which gives you a nice like entry point for your duelist to go in with, which is really, really nice. Or just early info. And what you can do with this eye as well is a lot of people like to play Odin spam on top of here or even lane. So you can chuck this eye early, and if you get any pings or see them lane, you can just spam off it with the Odin as well, and just like counter spam them. If you know they're going to be playing lane or playing Odin, then you can get like a free kill on them as well, which is really, really nice. Then going on to the main B execute, the general default eye you'll do a lot is if you aim towards this like grey bit on the wire here, and we do like a run through, and you're gonna have to run a lot for this, like past this wall here. So if I aim here and I do my run all the way here and do a jump through at the end, then it's gonna land all the way up here, and it's gonna ping for stairs, site, and a bit of lane as well, which is really nice, and even a bit of market for the flood. And this is once again just a normal eye you can do to help your team execute and let your team scale out, and your eye will ping and get info for them, and they can like, if your jet dashes into a smoke here, they can spam the guy tree type of thing, or like if he's going out lane, then he knows if anyone's there, like the eye's gonna ping and he's gonna have a bunch of information to play off it. Then for my god dart on B, and I think this is the best eye possible you can ever do for B, is if I align myself with this wall here, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna see this like line here, this faint line here, where my crosshair is. I'm gonna bring my crosshair all the way down until it's like in the middle of the sky, and I'm gonna do a run through. I'm gonna do a run jump through, and I'm gonna chuck it when my crosshair gets around here. So I'm gonna bring it into the middle again. I'm gonna do a run jump through like so.
Where are you?
And it's gonna land perfectly up here, and it's gonna scan for anything close like so. It's gonna scan for stairs, for lane, and for site as well. So it literally pings for everything, which is super, super, super good. Just obviously care about boathouse and places that it won't scan, so like down here or behind default type of thing, or even like wider angles like this. But that is the god dart for B, and I think it's a really, really good dart, which you should be using a lot. And if you want another dart just for close, which scans for like really, really close B main, which is a really, really nice dart in my opinion, is if you come into this corner here, and you're gonna see like this spot here, I'm gonna bring my crosshair just to like the border of the painting. I'm gonna do a jump through like so. This eye lands all the way on top of here, and it just scans for the whole of boathouse, anything in market, and through here as well, like behind market. Like eyes can scan through here, which is really nice. And it also scans for a bit of lane as well and a bit of stairs. So a really good dart or like eye for your team to go out with if you're like afraid of anyone playing close or like logs. Or just if your teammates want to path through here instead of going lane as well, it's a really nice eye to chuck. Then once again with the prowler, you're going to want to prowler B main early, make sure it's clear right side, make sure you clear right when you're prowlering, then obviously left as well. So if I'm up here all the way, I can clear right quick, then left and right quick, which is really nice. And that's what you want to do a lot with the Prowlers as well. Be quick, be quite flicky. Don't take like too much time clearing something. You can just flick around a bit and it will lock on if it sees anyone. Then if you want to again, you can just Prowler down lane or even like wherever your duelist is going. So if my duelist is pathing more out here, I'm going to like Prowler for logs, for boat, for like stairs. And I'm just going to make sure everything's clear. Then with Siezes, obviously I can chuck it stairs if you know anyone's there. We can combo Yuka with it. Even backside back here if you know anyone's back here. Or like even like default if I want to chuck it default or like bounce it off the wall here. Then all these Siezes are going to hit for like all these places. Generally with attack side Siezes, I do make them up as we execute or where we go. Just because like you don't really know where the enemy's always going to be. And you're going to kind of want to do it based off where your team's going and where the enemy is. And you can just kind of chuck it whenever and wherever. Either to like, if like I'm on post plant, I can chuck like a Siege like CT to slow down their push. Like if they're rooted here, they're not going to be able to swing out and I can stop their push from coming in. Or I can do it to like, once again, keep a player locked in a position and make their health decayed and like make it an easier fight for me. So if I know they're stuck here, I can combo with Utor, just swing and get an easy kill. And it's just really, really nice. And they also get deafened from the root as well, so I can like run as fast as I want and they won't be able to hear me. Then moving on to B post plant, like I said, you have Siezes like CT and stuff to like stall their retake. But you also have like eyes like up here, which you can do and you can make it land and you can spam off it as well. And these eyes just basically land for like what I've showed you before. So like this one up here is really nice. You can do one over here, which just hits anything when they're coming out. It hits for TT, hits for market, even boat. And you can spam through this whole boathouse wall from here as well. Obviously, I will say when you're doing these eyes, don't be too exposed because if you're doing this eye while they're swinging out lane or when they're about to swing out stairs, it is really risky. And you can also like play back here and you can do like simple eyes on top of boathouse like so or behind it. You can chuck Prowlers for your team to fight with, or even if you keep your C's, you can save it for later. So like, even if you like C's lane or stairs late, it's still stalling their retake a lot, which is like a really, really nice way to use Fade C's as well, which I really like. Moving on to defense A, if you come into the corner by the barrier here, and you aim between like this part where the grey and the white meet on this lamp, and you just do a left click throw when the barriers drop. It's going to be a really fast landing eye which lands on top of this plant pot for A main, like so. And this eye just literally hits for anything really fast A main and it's going to get you a bunch of early info. And if you're smoking like one ways here as well, you can play this line really well and even take mid-round info by prowlering mid-round or just reusing this eye again or like a deeper one like back here. So that's a really, really good way that you can use your U-tool mid-round and early round to take space and take control of this line in A main, set your duelists up or even yourself to play a one-way. But if you want to line up for A main from tree, if you come into this corner here where the plant pot is, and you're going to see like this corner here where these two like things meet. If you see where like I've pulled out my eye, there's like a HUD bar. I'm going to put like the top left of it against this corner here like so. I'm just going to do a simple left click throw. And this eye lands all the way on top of here. And it scans for A main and A lobby really early, which is really, really nice. And you can use it mid-round once again. Like if I have the info, no one's up on catwalk on me, like maybe I Prowler down here just to get the info. Mid-round I can come here and I can just chuck this eye like so. Then I have mid-round information that no one's main and no one's A lobby. And then I can get my teammate to maybe get back on this line and we can hold it. Or we can maybe rotate more over towards B or mid if we have the read that they could be there. So that's just really, really good ways to use your Fade Util for starting in the round, early round, and just mid-round as well. But obviously, when you're doing this eye here, you want to make sure that there's no one like close here, because if you do this eye and you get swung, you're going to get like heavily timinged, and it's just going to be like really, really bad. So make sure like catwalk is clear, maybe use a Prowler for it, or literally anything. Then a really good eye you can do to support A main if the enemy's walking out, because a lot of controllers like to smoke here, you can get free spams. If you come into this corner here, just be careful because if it's not pre-smoked, then you're really exposed here. And if you aim up by this like very bottom leaf here, the very bottom of it, and you do a jump throw like so, this eye is going to land all the way up here and it's going to ping anyone who walks out. So this eye pings for literally front side all the way down here. It scans for gen, for dice, for literally everything. So really, really good retake eye for A. And what you can do off this is, if I have like a Phantom, you can spam with Vandal, but just remember Phantoms have no tracers. And by tracers, I mean these like things that come out your gun. So enemies can see the Vandal tracer when you shoot, but with Phantom they can't. So when they come out and they get pinged, I can just get free spams Or this is especially good with Odin as well, because if they're stuck here, then I can easy spam it. Even if it's planted default and the door is closed or I'm smoked off, I can spam through this wall here and just kill anyone who's default, which is really nice way to use Odin. That's just a really good support eye you can use to not only help your teammates who are like backside on A, but also to help you spam anyone who's walking through early. Then a really good retake way I like to do when I'm retaking A is if I come up to this corner here or like this like wall, and I aim at this bolt in the turret here, and I just do a simple jump through like so. This eye is going to land all the way on top of this turret here. It's a really like, it's basically a god eye. It stands for literally everything gen, close switch, anything front sight, mid sight behind dice, and literally down here, and even a tiny bit of hell, but obviously not anything deep. And it's just a literal eye that pings for anything. And once again, if you're retaking, not only can you spam anyone who's gen, you can get info on if anyone's here, so you can literally pre-aim them or pre-fire them. Then when it comes to prowlers, you can just do simple prowlers off of heaven to like wherever you think they are or where the pings have went. So your team can just go with them, because the enemies are going to have to shoot your prowlers while you're going out with them. Then obviously, like if they're stuck dice with my Siezes, I can chuck it off this wall and make it like go down onto dice. I could, like if anyone's wide, I can obviously Sieze here. But if you'd like a more specific lineup for like a Sieze, is if you come up to this line here and you aim at the very top of the turret and just do a jump through like so, it's just going to land for the very side of the gen and even back here. So like a really nice Sieze you can do to stick anyone down in gen if you have any info on them, or if you just want to do it before you go out just in case. But if you're retaking A a lot and you're doing this eye on top of this second turret here and they're breaking it very often, then what you can do is mix it up. And if you come up here, you're going to see 3 windows. We're going to come to the left side of the second window here. And you're going to see like this small rock in the air. We're just going to do a simple, like really short run jump through like so.
Where are you?
And this eye is just going to ping for anything backside, close like front side gen and dice, and even like a bit of front side. Obviously it's not as good as the first eye, but it's just like a mix up you can do if anyone's breaking the early eye. Because they're not really going to expect the eye to go like this far. Well, hopefully not anyway. And sometimes this fade, you're going to have to adapt your util. Like if the enemy's breaking it a lot, you are going to have to change up your eyes, do them in different spots to try to catch them off guard. Because if your util's always getting broke, then you're not really getting the max value out of it. So that's just something to keep in mind of when you're trying to get like the most value out of your util. Like, are you always doing it in the same spot? Is the enemy always like breaking it? Moving on to mid, if I'm in market here, what I can do is I'm going to see like this wall here, and I'm going to align it with this pillar here. So make sure they're aligned like so, and I'm going to aim to the very top right of this part here. I'm just going to do a jump through like so. And this eye's going to land all the way on top of here, and it's going to ping anything mid-round or even early for mid. So if we're afraid someone could be down like even bottom mid or even just general mid area or even like catwalk by like cubby, like this eye's like basically a good dart and it hits for anything cubby, catwalk, mid, a bit of holes as well and bottom mid, and it just gives us a bunch of mid-round information. And if you ping anyone catwalk, what you can do if you have an Odin or a Vandal is you can spam them through this wall as well. Like not a lot of people know that, but that's a really good way to like get a spam mid-round. Not a lot of people expect that. And it's quite like an eye which catches people off guard if they're not really aware of it. Then another eye you can do from mid if we're maybe afraid they could be bottom mid and we don't want to be like too close here, or you're just like in a more like better position to do it from here. If you come to this wall here and align yourself with it, and we aim at this like plank here where these like 2 planks meet, and we just do a run through like so. This eye is going to land on top of here and it's going to ping for bottom mid, it's going to ping for catwalk again and a bit of mid as well. And even a bit of like top mid, like the very left side of it, but not much. But this eye gives us good mid-round information if we want to know if anyone's down here once again. Even after this eye, once again, like you can do this eye, then come over here and get ready to spam, which is really nice if you want to mix up the eye. Once again, like there's 2 different eyes, like if they're always breaking this one here, then we can do this one. If they're always breaking this one, then we can do this one. And it's just a good way to mix up your util and where you're using it. Then going back to short, if you want mid-round info on mid, then we can come into this corner here in short if we're playing here. We're going to aim at this leaf here, the very corner of it, and we're going to do a jump through like so. And this eye just lands all the way on top of here, and once again pings anyone catwalk, down cubby, tiles, and here, but nothing bottom mid, so just keep that in mind. And once again, what you can do from this, if this eye pings anyone catwalk, this wall is fully wall bangable and it's really good with Odin and it spams to here. So not only can you get possible spams out of it, it also gives like really good mid-round information. Just care if you are here, because once again, you're exposed to this angle. It may not look like it, but they can see your shoulder, like, so just be careful. Then if you're smoked off here, you're going to struggle finding this leaf here to do the lineup, so just keep that in mind too. But if we are smoked off here, we know they're going through, what we can do is we can do like a simple eye like this and click E when we want it to land, so like up here. And this eye's going to spam anything through here, and through this smoke, we can maybe get a spam. Or if we're playing like Odin, what I can do is like I can spam through this wall or this wall if I get any pings. But just keep in mind, if you are doing this eye, anyone can go into the smoke and swing you wide while you're doing it. And it's also nothing specific, like you're going to have to click E for it to land, like so. Then moving on to B, an early B lineup you can do is if you come to this third line here, so 1, 2, 3, but you aim to the very bottom of it. You're going to see like this leaf here, but we're going to bring our crosshair all the way close to this wall, and we're going to do a jump through it like so. And this eye just lands onto the here and gives us early B information, so anything like close under, anything a bit of tiles, like and back here, but obviously if they're tucked behind here, it's not going to ping anyone. But this is just a nice early eye, or like a mid-round eye you can do to get mid-round information if we think someone's like B lobby. As for Odin spams, when it comes to playing B, you can just kind of do like an eye, like aim up here and click E when you want it to land, then just spam it on here, which is really nice. You can also jump onto this box over here from there. You might have to practice it quite a while, but what you can do off this is ping like the left side of B main, like the left side of the entrance and the right side. And then off it, we can just spam the left side and maybe move on to the right side if we don't kill anyone. Or another nice like Odin spam line is this line here. There. So where my ping is, if you look at my map, this is like a really nice line to spam down as well. And just another good way to use the Odin. Or even if like we know they have Killjoy, we can place CT and we can get Odin spams when they walk out if we do like some sort of eye like here. Which you can also do as a retake eye as well, or even like a eye like far back here, and you can just get spams on anyone coming out through like this boathouse or like anyone through here, or even if you have an Odin through this wall if your eye goes like really deep. But I don't think this is a very good eye, and it's something you'd mainly do with a Sova Dart like up here. As for playing in market and playing for spams, if we come into this corner here, and you're gonna see like this bit where this very pink bit meets with this I don't even know what that color is, let's say it's orange, where these two like colors meet, I'm gonna put the very like triangular bit of my HUD bar like against it, and I'm gonna do a jump through like so, and it's gonna land all the way up here, and it's just gonna be a nice spam for anyone who comes out lane, or like a nice ping for anyone who comes out by boathouse as well. Then obviously after I do this, I can run all the way over here and I'll hopefully be smoked if they smoke me off. I can spam anyone lane or anyone boat. So a really, really good eye you can do. You can also like seize from here lane to slow down their push, or even into main to combo with like any util. And when obviously coming out, you have prowlers to clear the whole close. You can clear logs with the prowler. You can prowler for lane. You can prowler for stairs. Even main. A lot of people like to play late main sometimes in B, so you can like prowler for that if you're afraid of it, or even just like out stairs and for sight like so. Or you can like seize default once again. You can seize. Like a lot of people play here. We could maybe seize like against this box down here if you look above and just cut it off short like so, and that seize is going to land here, and we can try to get a spam through it possibly. We can also just prowler off lane and try hit anyone close dragon with it, or like dice. Just wherever we need to clear, we're going to like use our prowlers to clear. Same with CT when we're coming out, like we're going to prowler off a bit of stairs for a bit of bow, maybe even like up by market as well. Like, we're just going to do whatever we need to get the space back. And obviously once again we have these eyes to help us get space, so like up here or up here, and these eyes are just gonna hit like really like good things, like so obviously all the close here, lane here, sight here. This one over here is gonna hit for all the close, it's gonna hit for logs, it's gonna hit for a bit of lane, like behind this box, a bit of sight. And these eyes are just gonna really, really help you when it comes to executing. And once again, we have like really good fade ults for B here, and obviously A when retaking as well, we have really good fade ults. And that's literally the same for attack as well. Like both sites are like pretty good for fade ult. I'd say A's a lot better, but like when it comes to B, you kind of have to like pick your poison. Like, do you want your fade ult to go more on site, which you probably would, or do you want it to go more like out here towards market and CT? I think probably site is it's mainly what you'll be following up on. And if you ult anyone like CT or market, they're just gonna be able to play away. So like when fade ulting B, I would recommend doing it more to site, just because like it's where most people play. Like try to get stairs in it or something like that. Like obviously if we do it too wide over here, we're gonna miss stairs. If we hit stairs, and then we're gonna miss back site. So just keep that in mind. Once again, you kind of have to pick your poison. Like, fade ult on B doesn't cover everywhere, but obviously on A, it's a really nice ult, literally covers everything. And then off it, you can get really good prowlers. And that's also another thing I see a lot of fades doing, is holding onto that ult a lot. Like, don't be afraid to use your ult. Your ult gives really good value. Not only does it decay people, it deafens people, and it gives you info on how many are there. Not only does fade call out a number on how many she pings, but also you see the strands on the floor and you can follow them up with your prowler. So you can use it to execute with, you can use it for info, you can use it to help you get kills in like a 1v1 or something if you really need to. Because not only are they deafened, they're decayed, so it's easier to kill them, and they can't hear you when you're running around. So just keep things like that in mind, and don't be afraid to use ults if the enemy's like on the ecos and stuff. Around is around at the end of the day, and like a lot of people in ranks like to tell other people like, oh, you've wasted your ult, but like if you have to use an ult, that's fine. Like, as long as we're not using like ult stupidly, like it's not bad to use an ult like on like 1 or 2 people just to secure the round if it's getting a bit risky, or even against an eco even if they have like worse guns. Like if the round's like feeling unstable, or like we're throwing the round a bit, or like they're just having kind of a life round and they're just shooting heads really well, they're taking a lot of space, then don't be afraid to use your ult to get information or just a kill, like just to secure the round. Like trust me, you'll probably get your ult back anyway. You could probably get like 2 to 3 fade ults a half if you're like farming orbs really well anyway. A lot of people like to hold on their ults, just try not to. Like obviously you don't want to throw it out and waste it, but also we don't want to be holding it on for the whole half just to use it once when we can get 2 to 3 ults out of fade anyway. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope I helped you out when learning fade on Ascent. I do want to say that I do have a Discord server, so if you'd be interested in joining that, then definitely do. You can ask me all sorts of questions there, or even like suggest what map or agent you'd like to see next, or any other sorts of video. Like I've done videos about aim, or like just general like Valorant like tips. So if you'd like to see more videos and like that, then comment them down below in the comment section, or even just join my Discord like I said and ask. And if you'd like to be more like into my community, then I have socials like TikTok, Twitter and Twitch, which I'll be streaming on soon. So definitely check them out, leave a follow, and thanks for watching.